Friday, September 25. Welcome to CGN News. The Ministry of Education in Guyana is registering with the Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, its dissatisfaction with the apparent poor grading of students at the 2020 CSEC and CAPE examinations. The ministry expressed concern that there seems to be discrepancies with the grades that were awarded in particular subject areas to students across the country. The ministry has since had dialogue with the council and will be sending a letter addressing the many complaints. The Education Ministry says the country's students and those across the region are currently traumatized and disenchanted, something they cannot accept. Prime Minister of St. Vincent Ralph Gonsalves has reached out to the Rastafarian community to vote for his Unity Labour Party, the ULP, which is seeking a first-time, fifth consecutive term in office. In a virtual ULP campaign rally recently, Gonsalves said he did not want to hear any Rastafarian brethren or sisters saying that Rastafari doesn't merge with politics, stating that whether they belong to the ancient churchical order of Nyabingi or 12 tribes, they should listen to the words in the book of Chronicles about the prophet Issachar. He said they should know the times and must act accordingly. Antigua and Barbuda Information Minister Melford Nicholas says the country is in no hurry to be a republic. He wished Barbados well in its decision to cut ties with Queen Elizabeth II as head of state, joining Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana and Dominica. Nicholas described the move as being symbolic, spiritual and emotional rather than changing anything in real terms in the way that public administration is carried out. He said although Antigua and Barbuda will likely examine the possibility of becoming a republic in the future, now is not that time. Nicholas made his comments while responding to questions raised by reporters concerning Barbados' recent announcement that it will take steps to become a republic by November 2021. The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, the TTFA, has been suspended indefinitely by FIFA. This after failing to comply with a request to withdraw a legal case brought against the football body and currently before the courts of Trinidad and Tobago. According to a Sportsmax report, the case was brought by deposed members of the former TTFA executive who took issue with FIFA's appointment of a normalization committee to govern the nation's football affairs. It is understood that this course of action was in direct breach of Article 59 of the FIFA statutes, which expressly prohibits recourse to ordinary courts unless specifically provided for in the FIFA regulations. President of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader, has announced the first phase of an incentive plan for internal tourism that will help families to pay for stays at all-inclusive vacation resorts. The incentive will be carried out with loans for which the clients paying zero interest to the country's banks under an agreement that government has set up with the commercial banks. According to Abinader, the plan will start from next Monday, September 28, guaranteeing that an average Dominican family with 2 adults and 2 children can vacation for 3 nights in some of the world-class resorts at a manageable cost. The president said that the intention is that no company closes in the Dominican Republic. This initiative resembles Jamaica's Rediscover Jamaica plan to promote internal tourism, but with a new twist, the interest-free loans. United States President Donald Trump on Wednesday announced new sanctions on Cuba, restricting imports of Cuban rum and cigars and banning Americans from staying at properties owned by the Cuban government. The move comes as Trump is trying to lock in the Cuban-American vote in the key battleground state of Florida before the November 3 presidential election. Last year, the Trump administration imposed new restrictions on travel to Cuba, saying the move aimed to further pressure the communist government for its support for Venezuela's embattled President Nicolas Maduro. The Treasury Department said at the time that the U.S. would no longer allow so-called group people-to-people educational travel, one of the most popular exemptions to the overall ban on U.S. tourism to Cuba. The United States, China, and Russia fought bitterly on Thursday during a United Nations Security Council meeting on the coronavirus pandemic as United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres said the body had failed in their handling of COVID-19. Guterres, Al Jazeera News reports, blamed a lack of global preparedness, cooperation, unity and solidarity for the coronavirus spreading out of control and a death toll nearing 1 million globally. U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday demanded action against China for spreading the plague of COVID-19 to the world. The U.S. has reported more than 200,000 deaths, the highest in the world, and accuses Beijing of a lack of transparency that it says has worsened the outbreak. China denies the claims. A high-ranking Vatican official has unexpectedly resigned, the Pope has announced. Cardinal Becciu previously worked as the second most senior official in the Vatican's Secretariat of State. BBC News reports that the Cardinal became involved in a controversial deal to buy a luxury London building with church funds as an investment. The deal has since been the subject of a financial investigation. He denies any wrongdoing and has said he is shocked by the decision. A statement from the Vatican said that the Pope had accepted the resignation from the Cardinal. It gave no further details, but such resignations are extremely rare. A lawmaker in Argentina was on Thursday suspended from Parliament for 5 days after kissing his partner's breasts during a live video conference session. The scene quickly went viral on social media. The AFP reports that as another MP was making his address on a giant video screen, which also showed other participants in their homes, Juan Emilio Ameri could be seen fondling and kissing the breasts of a woman sitting next to him. The lawmaker then pulled one of the woman's breasts out of her T-shirt and started kissing it. The parliamentary session was suspended by the Speaker. Ameri, 47, tried to apologize, saying that he did not think he was connected to the internet at that particular moment. Jamaican female cricketer Stafanie Taylor has become the first West Indies women's player to score 3,000 runs in T20 Internationals. Taylor reached the milestone on Thursday on her 103rd innings during the T20 International against England at the Incora County Ground in Derby. She scored 28 and now has 3,020 runs at an average of 36 runs per innings. Jimmy Adams, speaking on behalf of Cricket West Indies, lauded Taylor for her brilliance over a career which started back in 2008 against Ireland in Dublin. He said she continues to be an ambassador for the sport. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.